Hello, it's the 10th of May 2017 and we have another road trip today. But first I'm going to go inside and have some breakfast. It's basically the same breakfast I had yesterday. I've got some black tea with some milk and orange juice, a croissant, cheese and some condiments, a boiled egg and some bread rolls.
Had a certain role. So since Bosnia was a central republic, surrounded by Croatia, Serbia, Montenegro, the Bosnian role was in a certain way industrial role. So a lot of these factories like this, coal mines and everything were created and built in Bosnia, because I think, that's my personal believing, that Yugoslav government thought that in case of any kind of outside attack, the industry will be best preserved and protected in the central part of the country, which Bosnia was. So Zenica had the steel factory, Kakan here, this small town, has a coal mine and a coal plant. Tuzla also has a huge factory complex. Jajce, you'll see on the entrance of Jajce, there's another one. So wherever you drive through Bosnia, you will see a lot of these. Which spring is just on the outskirts of Sarajevo, and it goes to north, straight north, and we will now make a loop toward Travnik and Jajce, and we will go more toward northwest. So we go into this canyon over there and then to the right side. What Travnik is mostly known by, the remainings of the big fort above the town from the Ottoman period. So that is pretty much built in the late 15th, early 16th century. The whole land was divided between the royal family. So, and then one of the first cousins of the king, Bosnian king at that time, he ruled the southern part of the country. So Herceg Stjepan Kosača at that time, and then he decided to proclaim himself as a herceg or a German Herzog, and all his land, he said, from now on it will be called Herzegovina. So since that time we have two names, Bosnia and Herzegovina. So even Ottomans, when they arrived, they kept the name. Austrians later, until nowadays.
We're just stopping here for a coffee or tea. Looks like a nice place.
Big town, but one of the larger ones on the way from Sarajevo to Jajce. So the next bigger town we're gonna have is Jajce itself. So that one thing that Jajce is also known by is that waterfall in the city center. So you will now see it from the bridge also, just over there.
it's rare in the world, I mean in Europe, but also in the world, to have a waterfall in the city center. So Jajce waterfall, which is always on any postcard about Jajce. So the river Plava, which comes from that side, you know, ends here and goes into Vrbas river, which goes further to north. So it's possible to go all the way down from one side, another side. You can also go from the other side if you want. From that viewpoint, it's nice to see the water from close up. Avnoj, or a meeting of Avnoj, where the Yugoslavia was created. If you want, we can go later on in it. I would just not like to go to walk first to the fort, and then on the way back we can get there. Town which stayed preserved from the, as I said, Middle Age. One of the two gates. So from one side of the city and from the other one.
Jedino kada pripukao da recimo da će biti.
And everything in the main part was built in the Middle Age time. So this was added by the Ottoman Empire because they also used the fort for their own needs. And this last part was built by the Austro-Hungarians. So it was like a water reservoir or a water collector which they used to have it here. So this is the road which continues to the northwest. So this is the northwest direction. We came from that side, from that structure, so from that valley.
You get a good view of the fortress from up here.
And obviously encouraged by support he got Tito in November 1943 in Jajce. He officially established the Socialist Republic of Yugoslavia. So that was actually official, as I said, the birth of the future country which existed here for about almost 50 years, 45 years, more or less. What's said down there, Bear Tower, or a Medvedja Kula. Medved in our language means bear. Bear Tower was a part of fortification here, so in the Middle Age, and that was the part where basically it was used as a prison actually. So it was on the three layers. So it had like 3 floors, and it was used as the prison because all the way to the bottom it goes underground. You can pass down. I mean, you can enter inside, but not much to see nowadays. And then the parts of the wall were actually going down toward the entrance to the tower. So you can see the entrance here that we came from. And then the wall went down to the church, Bear Tower, up the slope to these walls here on the right. What was supposed to happen. Just watch the head here.
I'll wash my head, don't worry.
So generally not much can be seen here. So originally this building, as I said, built by the Ottomans, was used as the weapon storage for cannons, you know, material, guns, gunpowder, anything. So this is the only structure fairly well preserved in the whole complex. So no lights, no nothing. There are stairs which can take you up to the floor. 90s of the Middle Age century, they were burying, people underground. I don't know if you've been in Italy, they have quite a lot of these kind of catacombs below the churches and things. So in some places they actually buried people because of disease, very often underground because it made sense for them, and then most of the graves were actually decorated with pictures and everything. Like this. This is the one, actually, it was at least the one grave, which was obviously taken out and all that. But in the Middle Age, this catacomb was actually the place where they were burying the royal family. So all of this was built underground, carved in the literally stone,
Yeah.
And, in this place, most of the major part of the royal family for about, I think, 3 generations were buried here. And Stefan Tomašić, the last king, was actually buried in the lower ground, which had even more so-called importance and significance. Anyway, in recent history, this place, for example, in the Second World War, was used as a shelter from the German bombing. And even in the last war in the 90s, people used this as a shelter for the bombing.
We're going to have a look at the Bear Tower now.
Floors earlier, but nowadays it's just an empty space to the top. So as I said, not really much to see here anymore. The Tito's or Socialist Yugoslavia on November 29th, November 1943. So, as I said, encouraged after escaping German, being captured by the Germans together with the British mission on Sutjeska in June 1943. So 5 months later, they actually had this conference here. So delegates from all these ex-republics, or today independent countries, Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia, Montenegro and Macedonia, came here, and they actually agreed of the future, or a formal future, kind of country they're going to create. So here was, as I said, decided to have a socialist federative Republic of Yugoslavia.
Bosnian crest. That's the building we're in right now. And here's the building today. Well, I'm having veal skewers for lunch with some bread. Yep, bread.
This place. Ciao.
So the Travnik for a long time as the central town of this area was the kind of, the capital of the Ottoman Bosnian province here. So the fort was here to control the entrance into the valley from one side to another side. So the Travnik was almost like, for 100 years, it was like a capital. And then as the Sarajevo was progressing and growing much faster because of the trading at that time, so we talk about early 16th century, first half of 16th century. Slowly the administration and everything else was moved to Sarajevo, and the Travnik stayed, just as a fortification here, but as a town, didn't develop so much. So in that period, so basically it stayed much smaller than Sarajevo. For a long time, as I said, the fort was just used as a main entrance because the border was north from here, so it was not having so much military importance, but also administratively, the administration was moved into the central part of Bosnia or down to Sarajevo. So basically, Travnik lost on its importance and stayed just like this for quite some time, until Austro-Hungarian arrival. So today all this plateau with the fort and everything is used for the theater plays. It's like a natural amphitheater is used for the summer nights, how they call it. There's a festival called Travnik Summer Nights. And they have different performances here, from theater plays to concerts. So what we can do, if you want, we can just go by the stairs
sure.
up on the upper plateau, and then we can come back on the other side.
Mind your head. Oh, okay.
So the tower itself originally was built as a watchtower. Nowadays, this lower floor and upper floor are turned into the museum of the lower floor. Shows the national costumes and the things which people used in everyday life in the last century and a half. And the upper floor shows development of Travnik town from the earliest age to today. These photos on the wall actually show restoration of the fort from year 2000 until today. So this is how it was in year 2000, quite overgrown, not very good, and then in a certain period of time they cleaned it pretty much. You can see the difference here with the stairs. And the most of the life in the old time was actually happening in this quarter, So the fort was here, and this was the old quarter. And then later on, the city started to be developed, down the river. So you can see the difference in the buildings and everything. There was a big also monastery, Christian monastery, just on the other side of the valley. That big building with a tower, the street over there. That's actually for the monks and the nuns. Catholic monastery.
Hello.
Made them a shelter here down underneath and everything.
just had a cold drink. Well, he had a coffee and a mineral water. But we're heading back to Sarajevo now. How fast is he going?
We drive 40 now. I mean, I just don't get it. This is... What comes across my mind, maybe he had a beer or 2 or 3. So maybe he feels more secure driving. I mean, it's an older guy. I guess he's not new in driving, and this is 40 kilometers per hour. In a mood to annoy everybody else.
What's he doing now? Finally. I'm going to try another recommendation for the old town. This place is called Metropolis. So hopefully it's on par with the last couple of meals I've had there. I forgot to show you something yesterday. If I zoom in here, there's actually fresh water coming straight from the mountains out of that pipe. And I'm going to try some right now. It tastes okay. Now I'm off to find that restaurant. And here's some more mountain waterfalls. Well, that's a fail. Okay. Have to find somewhere else to eat now. Well, you got 2 out of 3, Ben. Your third one bombed out big time, not even open. Anyway, tonight I'm just going to settle on pizza. I can't be bothered walking around anymore. And tomorrow I'll return to Bosnian Steakhouse and have a steak, if you reckon they're that good. And you can't have a pizza without Coca-Cola. And here's the pizza. I'm heading back to my hotel. I'm going to catch you all tomorrow. From Sarajevo, it's good night and God bless. Bye.